You know, watching sports television can actually warp your view of a sport, baseball in particular. When you tune in ESPN, you're greeted with countless replays of home runs and fantastic defensive plays. And when you view these exceptional moments back to back, it's easy to get the impression that the game of baseball is one sensational play after another. Actually, quite the opposite is true. Baseball people often talk about making the play in front, what others might call a routine play. For instance, a ground ball hit to an infielder should be fielded cleanly and thrown to first for the out. A fly ball hit to an outfielder should be caught. Throws should be made to the proper base. Plays that everyone in the stadium expects these guys to make, game in and game out. A typical baseball game is loaded with such plays, and the good teams will make them 99.9% of the time. It could be argued, then, that the margin for victory quite often boils down to having more success than your opponent in making the play in front. A number of years ago, I was a fairly new hire at Gundaker Realtors in St. Louis. Gordon Gundaker had become the 9th largest independent realtor in the United States, and it was a phenomenal company. But on this day in the early 1990s, he was standing in front of his agents at a sales rally and asked the question, "So how you doing?" There was a murmured response. He asked again, "No, really. How are you doing? How's your business? Are you doing as well as you did last year or 5 years ago? If not, why not?" He paused a moment to let that sink in before he continued, "Do you remember when you were a brand new agent? What did you do? First you sat with your manager and plotted out a strategy. You assembled your sphere of influence and contacted them on a regular basis, didn't you? Yeah. You sat at open houses. You mailed postcards to your farming area. You made cold calls. Do you remember? That's how you built your business. So I ask again, how are you doing now? If things have tapered off, have you stopped doing the things that brought success in the first place? If so, maybe it's time to revisit those things and start doing them again." Well, that little speech struck a chord with me. Gordon was talking about consistently doing the basic, fundamental things that bring success. The play in front. It's not flashy, but it works like crazy. Oh, I know, in this digital age of instant communication and the world literally at your fingertips, it's easy to be dazzled. It's easy to forget what got you there as you embrace the latest and greatest. And there are some wonderful technological tools out there. But let's remember that a successful business, much like a successful baseball team, is built upon doing the little things right, the mundane things, the time-tested things, and doing them consistently. That's the play in front. Successful teams and successful people focus their attention on it. That's the way I see it from the dugout.